India seems to be going through a phase of very slow industrial growth. How do you see that affecting Indian industry, and do you see that trend reversing very soon?
India is going through a very major transition. We've opened up our markets, which is good. It's going to be painful, but it's good in the long term. And at the same time, we're going through, as I said, a slowdown economically. So we've got two things happening together. One exacerbates the other. I believe what we need to see in the country is, again, an upturn in economic activity in the country. How? I don't have a ready answer for that. One possibility is that we have to see a major increase in the infrastructure sector that will give jobs to many, that will use and consume basic materials, steel, cement, in other words, roads, ports, jobs of that nature, which will add connectivity in the country and will in fact bring the country up to par that many of our neighboring nations have.
Now, when you say that, if I can ask you, India is one of the leading industrial houses, are you satisfied with the way economic policy making is going? I know it is not very easy to be critical of the government, but it is seen that the government needs to push investment, get that feel-good factor back. What is your opinion?
Yes. I feel that the economic indicators or parameters in the country are not bad. That's the good news. We don't have runaway inflation. We have GDP and if you might, industrial growth rates that many countries would love to have. But the truth is that these in some cases, have halved themselves from where they were. So we have a downturn. We need a level of activity that we can sustain, which is in keeping with what we have enjoyed. So we have a downturn. If you look at this in comparison to other countries, it's perhaps something that seems high. And therefore, the feel-good factor is a major issue. And I believe that the government needs to announce and implement bold and firm economic revival measures that are not too little, too late, but a real bold, forward-looking set of initiatives. I don't call them incentives, because perhaps incentives are not called for. It's initiatives that are called for. And if you ask me what they are, I don't have an answer.
Tata, very quickly, has that affected an industrial house like yours, like the downturn? How are you gearing up to face that challenge?
Yes, it has affected several of our major companies, which are in basic industries, commercial vehicles. Steel has not been affected because it has been a commodity and it has turned to exports. But it has affected several of our companies. What it has forced us to do, which I think anybody would do under those circumstances, is go after your costs, prune your costs, address your manpower, address the competitiveness of your product. And most of our companies have been deep in exercise in this. The returns from that, or the benefits of that, are not instantly available. We don't have the freedom that some of our counterparts may have in other countries. We can't close down plants. We can't lay off tens of thousands of people. That's not the culture of India, and that's not been our culture. So the impact of what we do is slower, but nevertheless, the impact will be felt.
Mr. Tata, thank you so much. On that note, can we say that the dream for India is still not over, as in your words?
Oh no, the dream for India is definitely not over. No one would be happier than to see the dream for India fulfilled that much faster. And I wish I were 20 years younger to enjoy that dream in the years to come.